Greetings, and welcome to my lecture series on hands-on virtual computing. I'm Ted Simpson, Cengage author and adjunct computer science instructor for UW colleges. Over the years, I've written a number of books for Cengage, including books on Novell NetWare back in the 90s, then Windows operating systems, and more recently, virtual computing, including the latest edition of our hands-on virtual computing book. So, why is the material in hands-on virtual computing so important? Well, cloud computing is one of the most rapidly growing trends in today's IT environment. And according to Altimeter's annual State of the Digital Transformation Report, which surveyed 550 some enterprise professionals, cloud computing was ranked first for 2019 priorities, as compared to cybersecurity, even AI and big data. So cloud computing is part of this larger trend, which we call digital business transformation, or just digital transformation. And in this course and textbook, you will learn about many of the DBT technologies in use today. Well, digital business transformation today includes technologies like virtualization, hyperconvergence, which leads to a software-defined data center, cloud computing, which allows us to extend this data center into the cloud, virtual desktop infrastructure, which provides device mobility, and new applications like AI, artificial intelligence that is, and big data. And then all of this doesn't really give us anything we can use without security. So security and cybersecurity becomes a very important part of our digital transformation process. And these technologies then lead us into a software-defined data center with the ability to expand into the cloud and therefore provide additional services and save costs. So to provide you with the background you need to deal with today's digital business transformation, our textbook and lecture series will cover a variety of topics. First of all, in Module 1, we'll have an overview of virtualization and hyperconvergence, as well as the products that we'll be using. Then in Modules 2 and 3, we'll take a look at workstation virtualization, using Oracle VirtualBox in Chapter 2, and then VMware Workstation in Module 3. Both of these are very popular products today for desktop or workstation virtualization. Next, in Modules 4 through 8, we will look at data center virtualization. In Modules 5 and 6, focusing on Hyper-V. And in Modules 7 and 8, we'll be looking at the popular VMware vSphere. Then in Module 9, we'll provide you with the background of virtual desktop infrastructure using both Hyper-V and VMware to allow device mobility throughout the organization. And then in Module 10, cloud computing. How the cloud can be used today. We'll take a look at a couple products, including Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure, as well as VMware, and how the software-defined data center can be extended or utilize various cloud computing technologies. All the modules in our text and MindTap materials are supported by a large number of hands-on activities that allow students to learn concepts and technologies by working with the actual products. Our hands-on virtual computing materials contain two types of activities. First, textbook activities. They are included in the printed textbook and are designed so they can be performed on a local or lab computer. As a result, the computer must meet certain minimal requirements as identified in the textbook. These activities also involve downloading free or trial products and installing and configuring these products on the local computer. The second type of activities are MindTap activities. These work with a live virtual machine lab And basically they're modifications of the textbook activities that allow them to be performed using only a browser and the virtual machine lab with no special local computer hardware and software requirements. The live virtual machine labs also ask the student certain questions during the lab, as well as require them to take a screenshot. This helps the instructor validate the student has successfully completed this activity. Here we have a sample of a practice lab environment activity. Notice that the left side contains the steps of the activity, telling the student what particular actions they need to perform. In the center, you have a list of the various devices that are part of the lab image being hosted by Practice Lab Environment on their cloud. And then in the right side of the screen is the desktop of the computer you're currently working with. So the student can perform each of the steps independently of the textbook. I'll be talking more about the differences between the textbook and practice lab environments in each of the chapters. Thanks for taking time to listen to this presentation, and I hope you found it useful. If you have questions or would like more information about my upcoming lecture series, please contact me at ted.simpson@uwc.edu. Thanks, and have a great semester.